Hello everybody and welcome to another knockoff review. In today's video we're taking a look at the Model Wizard Iron RHINO part of their Sky Soarer combination mode, aka the Model Wizard's KO of Power of the Prime's Predator King. Now this is of course Headstrong, the Indian RHINO. Quick look at the box. We've got the rest of the Predacons on the side there, and on the back we have Sky Soarer or Predator King, and then we have Headstrong in his leg, beast, and bot mode, and then we have the mighty sword. Other side has those same pictures. Without further ado, let's crack him open. And here we have him out of his plastic prison. He comes with an additional joint which we can build up. Now I'm not sure what this one is to replace. His one seems to be fine. I don't know if this is meant to be one to replace rampages or possibly dive bombs. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't really feel the need for it. And we also get a set of stickers as well, but I'm not stickering up my figures. I'm going to leave those unstickered. As you can see, I've got him with his Ghetto Blaster boots on his shoulder. First impressions, he's made pretty well. Nothing really blows me away though. I still wish these were kind of more oversized, but beggars cannot be choosers. And here we have him alongside his official counterpart. As you can see, there are some striking differences. The first is the lack of detail on the Model Wizard head sculpt. You've got the Hasbro, it really kind of is highlighted and drawn out. It's kind of lost in the shallowness of the sculpt on the Model Wizard. Same can be said, I guess, for the overall detail. You can see that these have kind of been reverse engineered. Coming around to the side, there are some differences on the sculpt. I actually prefer the sculpt here on the Model Wizard. And again, the colours are different as well. You can see that this is a painted yellow, whereas this is cast in the yellow plastic. The red is much more fiery, and again, the details are a lot more pronounced on the Hasbro. But Model Wizard hasn't just made a straight up copy. They've made some modifications as well. They've filled out the inside of the legs, getting rid of those hollow slots by placing covers over, and they've also switched out those ball sockets on these arms, which are pretty unsightly considering the forearms are red as well. They've changed this, they've changed these into separate pieces, and they've given us a rotation in there and a bend on that elbow as well. So if it wasn't for the fact that we've got loss of detail, then in my opinion it is a superior sculpt. We no longer have ball sockets on these arms as well. They've replaced those. There's a lot more friction going on. I do have very loose legs on my official one, whereas these are rather nice and tight, and same can be said with the arms. The head does still have rotation. As far as the RHINO head goes, again, that detailing is lost somewhat on the Model Wizard version, but to look at from a distance, it is kind of hard push to tell. Obviously, we don't have the Decepticon logo, and we don't have the silver on the stomach. I do prefer that silver. And again, the colour is different on the back of those arms. All in all, you can see that it is based around that same mold, but it's the slight tweaks, especially like on the feet. With the Hasbro one, we do still have this rocking motion on these feet, but the lack of filler in those legs does kind of come across as slightly unsettling, and he does not like to strike a decent pose. With the Model Wizard, we can get a nice wide stance, and he doesn't slip at all. I mean, we can go pretty far down without him sliding, which is good. You know, that's kind of what we should have had. I'm just wondering whether I could switch the faceplate out off of my Hasbro, kind of just bring that down. It's pinned, isn't it? Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it if it's pinned. I may be able to pry this open and get that faceplate off, because I'd really like to kind of switch that out just to give this one a little bit more detailing. But all in all, it's not bad at all. Now let's check out the detailing on the feet. In comparison, we've got a difference in colour, and the sculpt itself inside is different as well. We do have a slightly longer base. On the bootleg, we have the caps that can be removed from the guns. We have space to store underneath there. It's very odd actually, because the details themselves are actually more pronounced on the Model Wizard version, I think, although they are very different. And we do get a lot of marbling in the plastic as well, which is definitely not a great thing, but it works exactly the same way as the Hasbro in terms of connections. Now this is of course our third release as part of this series. Apparently Tantrum is just around the corner as well, so then we'll just be left with Razor Claw, and then we should have our very own knockoff Predaking, which will be nice. I may just kind of use these in their bot modes, or I'll see how it goes, because the DNA upgrade kit wasn't compatible with these Model Wizard versions, which was unfortunate, and it does make a vast difference to Predaking himself. So it's just a matter of seeing what works, but these are definitely very affordable stand-ins. And if it wasn't for that slight lack of detailing, these would, in my opinion, be better versions. Right now, to get him transformed up into his bot mode, we want to bring these arms up to the side, and you want to rotate these around so the feet are up, and then this is going to drop down and around like so. And again on this side, down and around like so. The RHINO head is going to reverse. These inner legs open up like so. This section untabs from here, and this is going to come up. Again on this side, untab it from the leg and bring that all the way up, and these are going to just tab in on the underside of our RHINO crotch, and then using this new hinge here, bring this section up, and that's just going to tab in out of the way. I like how that did that. So again, using this hinge here, just fold that in, up, push that down, and tab that off. Bring this section down, and then bring these legs up and over. Again on this side, bring this up and over, and they're just going to push and tab in using this tab here, and then bring these legs out, and then we can bring this section back up. And as we do so, there are these tabs just either side of this inside of the leg. Bring that down, and they're just going to push and lock in either side of this piece here. And that's pretty much it. So we just need to pull this tab over, and then using this outer tab, that's just going to sit on the top like so. And here he is alongside his official counterpart. And again, slightly lacking on the detail on the RHINO head, but I actually prefer the way this holds together. It does feel a lot more solid. I do like the way these legs kind of work better with those new joints, so you can get him getting ready to charge. Still would have liked maybe some ball sockets or something, or some hinges on those back legs, but you can do pretty much whatever you want with these legs. I like to have them out at that kind of angle, just to give him a little bit more kind of stature and make him slightly more dynamic. But the choice is entirely up to the owner. It does even appear to be slightly longer in this mode, and those extra tabs do really help. And I don't know if it's something that's meant to be able to happen on the Hasbro one, but I can never open the mouth. But this Model Wizard one does open quite nicely. Yeah, gives it a little bit of extra character, in my opinion. What do you all think? Now, to get him transformed up into his limb mode, it is pretty darn straightforward. You want to just fold the rhino legs up like so, and up like so, just tucking those out of the way. Bring the rhino head down, and that's going to untab from the top here and come forwards. This section here is going to lift out of these legs, come upwards, and then bring that all the way up to this joint here. These arms are going to collapse back in, collapse back in. This is going to fold and fold down, fold and fold down, and they're going to be positioned just at the back of this leg. And from here, you want to extend the leg. And if you look, we have tabs on the inside at the top and at the bottom, and these are just going to correspond with the tabs on the legs. And we can just bring these in together, and you want to just bring this crotch piece down like so, and it's this square here which is going to slide in to the underside of Razor Claw. And again, here we have them in together. We're missing that silver detailing on the Model Wizard version that's available on that crotch piece, but at the same time the yellow does look a lot nicer on there. My leg pec section here does appear to be coming apart a little bit, so I might have to tighten those screws up, but all in all it holds together pretty well. Back tidies up quite nicely. Still got this kind of void section at the back. I would have liked that maybe these panels, these extra ones that we had, could maybe do something about this void, but unfortunately the way that they are angled, nothing can really cover these sections up. This here is the handle, if you choose to have those as guns in your Predacon's hands. But all in all, I mean, it looks the part. It does what it needs to. Yes, in some places it's simplified. The paint apps aren't as maybe they should be. Like the eye, for example, on the Rhino, that's just a big yellow smudge, whereas there's definitely some definition on the official one. But all in all, it's not a bad bootleg, especially for the low cost. And of course, these are fully compatible with the official Predaking. They just slide in there nicely. Now, of course, as I've mentioned before, the arms aren't compatible with these new hands, which is definitely a shame, because the hands that are available with the DNA kit make a huge difference. I do prefer the colour on the feet, although his toes do appear to be a little bit shorter. It kind of sets back slightly, but all in all, it's going to be a really nice looking figure, and a budget Predaking for those who missed the original, or for those who want spares that they can customize and chop and change. Thanks again to TF Direct for making this review possible. I'll include a link where this can be purchased in the description below. And until next time, from myself and Headstrong, thanks for watching. Goodbye.